Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So for a while now, I have been looking for cords to actually recreate a surface cord dress, but I couldn't find one. So I decided to stop looking and then I choose to improvise. So I improvised with what I had available. So if you love to see how I was able to do this, continue watching. And if you're stopping by for the first time, this is the face behind this channel. My name is Lillian. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to subscribe, also like and comment. Thank you so much. Let's get into it. I'm going to be working with crepe. So I have crepe in sky blue and off-white. So this is the material I'm going to be working with. And then I also have this. So this is what we use for looping. I guess we all know what this is. It's very common. So this is what we are going to use to improvise. Remember, like I said, we'll be improvising because I cannot get the actual cord. So if you can get the actual cord, it's still the same process. So we are going to be cutting out one inch from our material. So you can see I already mark 1 inch. I'm going to cut out, and then I will also mark another 1 inch and then cut out. So we are just going to mark 1 inch and then cut out. So if you have enough material, remember you can also do this by folding on bias. So I actually think it's more relaxed on your surface, on the surface of your dress when you cut on bias, but I don't have enough material, so this is the only material that I have left in this color. So I'll be working with just this. So if you have enough material, fold on bias and mark out your 1 inch. It's still the same thing, just mark out your 1 inch and then that is it. So go ahead, cut out as many you would need for the design you want to create. So we are going to sew. So what you are going to do is to cut out your loop rope. So for this loop rope, remember, like I said, we are improvising. So if you have cord, it's still the same process. If it's cord, it's still the same process you are still going to use. So we are going to cut out twice the length of the 1 inch strap that will cut out. So this is it. What you are going to do is to place it like so, and then make sure that the length you have on the other side is actually long, okay, so that you'll be able to turn it easily. So what you are going to do now is to come over to the edge here. You are going to fold your strap, okay, and then you are going to stitch the edge there. So make sure the rope is actually at the middle so that it will be easy for you to turn, okay. So make sure it's not at the edge, it should be at the middle. So this will make it easy for you to turn. So I'm going to go ahead now and then stitch this. So make sure you secure that edge very well. So when you are done, if you have anything like excess, you can actually trim it off, but be careful not to cut out your rope, or if you are using cord or your cord. So what we are going to do, we are also going to stitch. So just turn it like so and then go ahead and then stitch. So we are also going to sew to the end. So if your crepe is stretchy, as you sew, do well to stretch, okay. So if you can actually look at this very well, you can see that I'm actually stretching my crepe. So if your crepe is stretchy, do well to stretch it as you sew. So this will actually give you a very relaxed cord. So trim off the excesses when you're done sewing. Be careful, don't trim everything. So just watch carefully and then repeat the same thing. So the next thing we are going to do is to gently pull our rope. So the rope at the top, gently pull while pulling your strap down. Just watch carefully to see what I'm doing. As you pull the rope on this side, try to pull your strap down. So do that carefully. So this is it, as you can see. So this is what we'll be having here. So I'm going to go ahead now and then I'm going to cut off the excess thread like so. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to repeat another one again so that it should be easier for us. So let me do the second one. So this, okay, so this is not long enough. Remember, like I said, it should be longer than the strap. So this is what I have. I think this is okay. And then I'm going to also cut out. Okay, so the same way, the same process, lock first at the edge and then stitch again. So I'm going to repeat the same thing. So when you're done, also trim off the excess. So remember, like I said, if you are able to get the actual cord, the process remains the same. Okay, if you are able to get the actual cord, the process remains the same. It's still the same process. So what I'm going to do now is to pull. Okay, so just like we did before, just carefully pull. As you pull your strap down on this edge, make sure you are pulling the rope on the other end. So this is it. I'm going to cut off the excess rope like so. Okay, so this is it, guys. Go ahead and create as many as possible depending on the amounts that will be enough for your whatever you want to style or however you want to style it. So I will do the same. So this is my base, this is my dress that I'm going to be styling it on. So in case you're stopping by for the first time, I have part 1 where we actually cut out and sew this dress. So the link will be in the description box. And then this is actually what I created. You can see I have much here. That is actually because of my design is much, so I will be needing much. So I'm just going to give us, like, this is actually more like a guideline. So I'm just going to show us what we can actually create with this. So this is an example of what you would, I don't know, depending on what you like actually. So this is just an example. It's not a must that you work with this because I later actually changed it. So I'm just showing us what we can possibly do with this cord that we just created. So if you have been following me on this channel, you know that I am a big preacher of do whatever you know you can actually bring to life. So while you are trying to be creative, make sure you are doing what you know you can bring to life. So it's not how far but how well. So this is just an example. If you look at it, you think it's not something you can create. The most important thing is just for you to learn how to attach the cord. You understand? So we are still going to do that together. So while being creative, like I said, just do what you can bring to life. So like I said, this is just an example. So we are done here. So we are going to go ahead and then attach this. So this is actually the cord I'm going to be working with. So we are going to be attaching this, and then first thing you are going to do, remember we still have one edge open. So what you are going to do is to use your needle and thread, and then so carefully tack, just like you are tacking it together. So you can see what I'm doing. This is actually to lock the other edge. Remember, one side of the edge is open, so that is actually what we are trying to lock here. So just stitch neatly, make sure it's neat so that your work will turn out fine. So trim off your thread, and then you are going to use your lighter and then bond the edge. So what you're going to do now is to place it. Remember, we already have our guide, so I'm going to pin it down, and then I will do the same thing. Just pin it, okay? Pin it so that it will be easier for you to work on. Okay, so I'm going to start from those points, so just watch carefully. I'm going to pick from here. So the edge I'm picking from is actually the side seam. Remember, we still have the seam we used to join, so that is the side I'm actually picking from. So I'll pick that and then pick my dress a little, and then I will tie. Please, the seam that you used to join, the side of it is the side we are going to be tacking on your dress, so that your work will look neat. So just watch carefully what I'm doing, and then repeat the same thing. So that is what you are just going to be doing round, and then follow your chalk round like that. So just pick your dress, pick that side seam, pick your dress, and then tie. So just a normal way of tacking. We are going to do this gradually, and then do it slow, and then just to make sure your work is neat. Don't be in a hurry, just do it, take it a step at a time. Just pick small from your dress, and then pick from the side seam, that is the seam we use in joining, and then go ahead and then tie. So it's very easy and very simple. Another thing you should be looking at is your result, your end result, and it's not really that easy actually, because it took me time for real. But when you know what you are looking forward to, that should be your motivation, that should keep you going and all. So we are just going to tack. So while you tack, you can see what I'm doing. So just like I said, this is actually to show us how to attach this to our dress. So it's not a must that you work on this design. So whatever design you can create, if you have anyone that is easier than this, so just go ahead and then create it. So this is just to show you how to attach it to your dress. So we are going to continue like this, and then make sure you already mark out your guide, so that will make the work easier for you. So just as you can see, like I said, you pick from the side of your dress, and then you pick from the seam you use in joining, and then that's it. Just go ahead and then tag. So you are going to do this carefully. And then another thing you can actually use is invisible thread. If you have invisible thread, it will make your work actually neater, especially for a beginner, you understand. So it will make your work very neat if you use invisible thread. If you have, you can actually use that also, so it will make your work neat. So you can see what I'm doing. So just lay it down and then pick the side seam, side, and then also pick your dress, then go ahead and then tie. So this is it. We are going to do this to the end. So like I said, your focus should be what you are trying to achieve. So remember, like I said, I'm just showing us how to actually tag this on a dress. So you can see at this point I'm actually forming another design, just as you can see. So I'm trying to form another design. So like I said, I already told us that this is just an example. So create what you can bring to life. Okay, so I'm just showing us how to tag to our dress. Like I said, your final results should be your motivation. And the truth is, surface cording is actually not that easy, you know, to create. That's actually the truth. So this is my first time with this, and maybe I will try it again for the second time. I don't know yet. So, to be frank, like I said before, tacking this to the dress took me time. Like, it took me time. But when I was done, when I wore this dress to church, the compliment I was actually getting, like, took the pain of tacking it to the dress away. So this is what we have here, and voila, we are done. So this is it. I just showed us how to actually attach this. So this is the design I ended up with. So it took me time, but the finish look actually kind of took the whole pain away, like I said. So if you find this video helpful, please like and leave a comment. I will see you in my next video. Bye.